Have you ever stopped to wonder how one of the world's most iconic automobile giants, Toyota, first came into existence? When you hear Toyota, your mind probably jumps straight to sleek, cutting-edge vehicles, fuel-efficient engines, and massive high-tech factories that churn out millions of cars each year. But what if I told you that this global powerhouse didn't begin with a car, or even a motorcycle? It all started with something completely unexpected, a simple, humble wooden loom. Yes, before engines roared and wheels spun, there was silence. The quiet, rhythmic click of wooden parts weaving thread, an invention born in a small Japanese workshop. A place where a father and son worked tirelessly, driven not just by ambition, but by a deep desire to improve lives and build something lasting. This is the astonishing, untold story of Sakichi Toyoda, a self-taught inventor whose boundless curiosity and heartfelt motivation to help his mother led him to create a loom so revolutionary it forever changed the future of manufacturing and industrial production. But it doesn't stop there. His son, Kiichiro Toyoda, inherited not just the patents and the money, but the very spirit of innovation, transforming that humble weaving legacy into one of the most powerful automotive dynasties in history. So buckle up, because this isn't just the story of a company named Toyota. It's a story of grit, perseverance, radical innovation, and a dream that dared to defy convention. A journey that took the world from spinning thread to spinning tires. And trust me, once you hear this story, you'll never think about Toyota the same way again. It's February 14th, 1867. Not in Detroit, not in London, but in a quiet town called Kosai, nestled in Japan's Shizuoka prefecture, while the Western world was preoccupied with Valentine's Day and industrial revolutions of its own. Japan, still under the Tokugawa shogunate, welcomed the birth of a boy who would quietly yet powerfully reshape the future of global manufacturing, Sakichi Toyoda. Born into a modest family of carpenters, Sakichi's childhood was far from luxurious, but where others saw limits, he saw possibilities. He was naturally curious, constantly taking apart tools, examining household objects, and imagining how things could work better. While most boys his age followed the path of tradition, Sakichi had his eyes set on the horizon. At a time when Japan was only beginning to open up to the rest of the world, Sakichi devoured Western books on science, engineering, and mechanics. He traveled miles on foot to attend industrial exhibitions, places where foreign machines whirred and sparked with promise. These weren't just displays to him, they were windows into the future. But here's what truly set him apart. He didn't just want to understand machines, he wanted to create them. In a world where technology was scarce and formal education was limited, Sakichi Toyoda taught himself. He sketched, studied, failed, rebuilt, and tried again. His hands were those of a carpenter, but his mind, that of a visionary. By the age of 23, in 1890, he crafted his very first invention, a handmade wooden loom. It was simple. No electricity, no metal gears, just wood, sweat, and genius. But it worked. It allowed for smoother, faster weaving, and it lit a fire that would never burn out. This was more than a loom. It was the first stitch in the fabric of what would one day become one of the most powerful manufacturing empires the world had ever seen. And for Sakichi Toyoda, it was only the beginning. Sakichi Toyoda wasn't one to rest on his laurels. After his initial success, he continued refining his inventions with relentless determination, always pushing the boundaries of what was possible. By 1896, just 6 years after his first loom, Sakichi introduced a groundbreaking innovation, a loom powered by electricity. At a time when electric power was still a novelty, this leap was nothing short of revolutionary. This new loom dramatically increased weaving speed and efficiency, setting Sakichi apart as a true pioneer of industrial machinery. But Sakichi's vision stretched far beyond mere speed. He was obsessed with quality, precision, and automation, concepts that were decades ahead of their time. In 1906, he unveiled the circular loom, an ingenious design that further optimized the weaving process. Yet it was in 1924 that Sakichi revealed his crowning achievement, the Toyota Type G automatic loom. This wasn't just any loom, it was a marvel of engineering and automation. What made the Type G loom legendary was its ability to detect thread breakage automatically. When the thread snapped during weaving, a common problem that ruined fabric quality, the machine would stop immediately, preventing flawed cloth from being produced. This innovation drastically reduced waste and defects, boosting both productivity and product quality. In fact, the Toyota Type G loom was the first of its kind in the world, a self-monitoring, self-correcting machine that set new industry standards. But Sakichi's genius extended beyond invention. He understood business and the power of collaboration. In 1926, he formalized his ambitions by founding the Toyota Automatic Loom Works, the company that would become the cornerstone of his legacy. This was not just a factory. It was a laboratory for innovation and a beacon of Japanese industrial pride. And then came a landmark moment in 1929 when a British company recognized the value of Sakichi's invention and purchased the patent for his automatic loom for an astounding £100,000. To put that in perspective, this was an enormous sum in the pre-Depression era, a true validation of Sakichi's vision and ingenuity on the global stage. But this wasn't just a financial victory. That money wasn't just tucked away as profit. It became the seed capital that would fuel a transformation far beyond weaving. From the profits of a loom that wove fabric, Sakichi's family was about to weave a new future, a future where wood and thread would give way to steel and horsepower. This was the quiet, powerful beginning of what would soon become the Toyota Motor Corporation, a company that would revolutionize the automobile industry and change the way the world moved. Sakichi Toyoda passed away in 1930, leaving behind not just a legacy of innovation, but a powerful dream, a dream that would soon be taken up by the next generation. His son, Kiichiro Toyoda, inherited more than just the family name. He inherited a vision and the means to transform it into reality. Whether it was truly Sakichi's final wish or simply a son's inspired determination to honor his father's legacy, Kiichiro made a bold and ambitious decision to take the money earned from the loom patents and invest it in something entirely new, building automobiles. At the time, Japan's automotive industry was almost non-existent, dwarfed by the giants of America and Europe, but Kiichiro saw an opportunity to create a domestic car company that could rival the world's best. By 1935, the dream began to take shape. Toyota rolled out its first truck, the Model G1, a robust vehicle built for Japan's growing industrial and agricultural needs. At the same time, they introduced their first passenger car, the Model A1. Though still in its infancy, this car represented the first step toward a truly Japanese automobile industry. A year later, in 1936, Toyota launched the Model AA, a six-cylinder passenger car that drew clear inspiration from the American automotive giants like Ford and Chevrolet. The AA was sleek, powerful, and a testament to how far Toyota had come in just a few short years. But the road to success was anything but smooth. While Toyota's cars were renowned for their high quality and craftsmanship, they faced a critical challenge. They were too expensive for the average buyer. Japan's economy at the time was still developing, and mass production techniques were not yet perfected. As a result, only about 1,400 units of the Model AA were produced. This limited number reflected not failure, but a beginning, a stepping stone toward mass adoption in the future. Despite the challenges, the birth of Toyota Motors marked a significant turning point. From the humble wooden loom to the manufacturing of cars, the Toyota family had embarked on a journey that would redefine Japan's industrial landscape and eventually reshape the global automobile market. This was not just a story of machines and money, it was a story of vision, resilience, and the power of a son's promise to carry forward his father's dream. Here's a fascinating and often overlooked detail in the story. The name changed from Toyoda to Toyota. The original family name, Toyoda, literally means fertile rice field, a symbol deeply rooted in Japanese culture and tradition. Rice fields represent abundance, growth, and prosperity, values that certainly aligned with the family's humble beginnings and hard work. But when it came time to launch the car company, the decision was made to change the name to Toyota. Why the change? First, the new name was easier to pronounce and more distinct in both Japanese and international markets. Toyota rolls off the tongue more smoothly than Toyoda, especially for non-Japanese speakers, making it more market-friendly as the company looked to expand beyond Japan. Second, and this is where cultural symbolism comes into play, writing Toyota in Japanese katakana requires exactly 8 brush strokes. Now, why is this important? In Japanese culture, the number 8 is considered extremely lucky and auspicious. The name change was officially adopted in 1936, just a year before a major corporate shift. In 1937, Toyota's car division separated from the original loom business, becoming its own entity, Toyota Motor Corporation. This spin-off marked a crucial moment. Toyota was no longer just a side project or an offshoot of a loom manufacturing company. It had matured into a standalone automaker with a clear identity and a bold vision to compete on the world stage. From that point onward, the name Toyota would become synonymous with innovation, quality, and resilience, echoing the legacy of Sakichi Toyoda's original spirit, but also embracing a future of global ambition. By 1937, Toyota was stepping into a new and critical phase of its growth. The company secured a substantial government contract to produce 3,000 military trucks for the Japanese army. This contract wasn't just a business deal, it was a lifeline, providing the financial stability and confidence Toyota needed to expand its automotive ambitions during a tumultuous time. With this guaranteed income, Toyota invested heavily in infrastructure. They built a brand new state-of-the-art automotive plant in the city of Kuromo, a small town that would eventually be renamed Toyota City, in honor of the company's monumental impact on the area and the nation. But beyond building cars and factories, Toyota brought with it a revolutionary philosophy that had its roots in the textile industry, one that would redefine manufacturing worldwide. From Sakichi Toyoda's loom workshops, Toyota inherited the principle that quality cannot be compromised. The company instituted a bold rule. If any worker spotted a defect during production, the entire assembly line would immediately stop until the issue was fixed. This practice was unheard of at the time. Most factories prioritized speed and volume over perfection, but Toyota recognized that catching defects early saved time, resources, and reputation in the long run. This approach would later be formalized as jidoka, automation with a human touch, a cornerstone of what became the legendary Toyota production system. The principle of stopping the line empowered every worker, giving them responsibility and authority to ensure the highest quality standards, not just for themselves but for the whole company. It fostered a culture of continuous improvement, or kaizen, where every problem was an opportunity to learn and get better. This commitment to quality and innovation helped Toyota build vehicles known for their reliability, durability, and precision engineering, qualities that would define the brand for decades. While the military contracts helped Toyota grow during wartime, the principles they developed during these years laid the foundation for a post-war transformation, when Toyota would face even greater challenges and ultimately rise to global prominence. As the storm clouds of World War II gathered, Toyota found itself navigating the difficult waters of wartime production. Unlike some of its contemporaries, such as Mitsubishi, which heavily invested in military aircraft and weaponry, Toyota's role was more focused and specialized. They primarily manufactured trucks for the Japanese military. While Mitsubishi's deep involvement in advanced military technology made it a prime target during the war's aftermath, Toyota's concentration on trucks, essential but less glamorous machinery, placed it in a unique position. When the war ended in 1945, much of Japan was devastated, its economy in ruins, and many industries had to rebuild from scratch. But Toyota's relative focus on trucks meant they hadn't stretched themselves too thin into areas that would be heavily restricted or dismantled by the occupying forces. This allowed them to bounce back more quickly into producing vehicles for civilian use. The late 1940s and early 1950s were critical years for Toyota. Japan was rebuilding, and so was the company. Toyota redirected its efforts toward creating vehicles that were affordable, efficient, and reliable. Exactly what the country needed in its path to recovery. During this time, Toyota also refined its manufacturing philosophy. Drawing from the lessons learned in wartime production and the textile industry's quality control methods, Toyota introduced innovations like the just-in-time production system, minimizing waste and improving workflow efficiency. This combination of practical engineering and lean manufacturing gave Toyota a competitive edge. Their cars were not only dependable, but also accessible to the average person, fueling a domestic boom in vehicle ownership. Toyota's rise was rapid but deliberate. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, it expanded exports beyond Japan, capturing markets in the United States and Europe by offering a refreshing alternative to the bulky, gas-guzzling cars of the era. Small, fuel-efficient, and reliable. Of dedication, innovation, and perseverance culminated in an astonishing milestone. By 2008, Toyota had overtaken even General Motors to become the largest car manufacturer in the world. This was no small feat. Toyota had transformed from a humble loom maker into a global automotive powerhouse. The company's journey is a testament to its unyielding commitment to innovation, quality, and adapting to the world's changing needs. Toyota's story isn't just about making cars, it's about reinventing an industry and inspiring a global movement towards smarter, more sustainable manufacturing. From the humble beginnings of a simple wooden loom in a carpenter's modest home in rural Japan, to sprawling, state-of-the-art assembly lines that gave birth to an entire city named after the company itself, Toyota's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a story that threads together, weaving fiber into fabric, and then weaving steel, rubber, and precision engineering into powerful, reliable machines that have shaped the course of the global automotive industry. But make no mistake, this isn't some accidental success or overnight miracle. Toyota's rise is a masterclass in vision, relentless discipline, and a commitment to legacy. At the heart of this legacy is the philosophy Sakichi Toyoda instilled early on. The belief that if even one defect is found, production must stop immediately to fix the problem. This radical dedication to quality over quantity laid the foundation for what would become the world-famous Toyota production system, a revolutionary approach to manufacturing that many companies still strive to emulate today. Then there's Kiichiro Toyoda, Sakichi's son, whose bold courage and unwavering belief in his father's dream transformed a family's invention into a global brand. Kiichiro wasn't just building cars, he was building a legacy of quality, endurance, and purposeful innovation. This legacy has shaped more than just products. It has shaped lives and communities, fostered innovation in manufacturing around the world, and created a symbol of reliability and trust in the automotive world. And all this began with a simple, quiet dream, one born from a wooden loom and a man's vision to create something better. Today, that dream lives on, driving millions of people across continents. It continues to inspire innovation, push the boundaries of engineering, and remind us that great things often have the simplest beginnings. Toyota's story is more than just the history of a company. It's a powerful reminder that vision combined with discipline can change the world. If the incredible journey of Toyota, from a simple wooden loom in a small Japanese workshop to a global automotive giant, has inspired you. Just imagine what your own dream could build. Remember Toyota's powerful slogan, "Manage the dream." It's far more than just a catchy phrase. It's a mindset, a philosophy, and a call to action. It challenges us to nurture our visions with unwavering discipline, bold courage, and relentless effort, no matter how big or small the dream may seem. So I want to ask you, what are you building right now? What dream are you quietly nurturing that could one day change your world, or even the world at large? Whether it's a small idea flickering in your mind, or a massive ambition burning in your heart, every great story starts with a single step, and the courage to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. Your story matters. Your dream matters. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your dreams, and the challenges you face along the way. So please drop them in the comments below. Let's create a space where dreamers and doers can inspire each other, share their journeys, and lift each other up as we all strive to build something meaningful. And if you want more deep dives into incredible origin stories, stories that show how vision, grit, and perseverance can reshape industries, communities, and lives, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode packed with inspiration and insight. Thank you so much for watching, for being part of this journey, and for daring to dream big. And hey, when you build your own miracle of the 21st century, don't forget to send us that postcard. We'll be right here, cheering you on every step of the way. Keep dreaming, keep building. The world is waiting for what only you can create.